Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, April 14th, currently 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you can see by the ticker, we go live each and every day on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's topic is a good one. It's podcast number 164, Why You Want to Have Great But Reasonable Expectations for Your Business and Success. That's a long title. So I'll say it again, podcast number 164, Why You Want to Have Great But Reasonable Expectations for Your Business and Success. It's an important topic that you need to know about because, look, a lot of us put a lot of pressure on ourselves when we start out in this business. We have these grandiose ideas of what we're going to be able to accomplish and win, and that's a great way to go into the business, but you got to kind of scale back on those expectations and excitement a little bit and have also a realistic approach and expectation about what you're going to be able to accomplish and win. If you have a step-by-step business building program like the 5 Simple Steps to Networking Success, well, guess what? Your confidence should be high because you have a proven step-by-step process that will give you real and tangible results. We're going to talk about all that and more in today's program as we go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, I'm going to hop off of here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning, Rob. I am doing great. How about yourself on this fine Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day?
Hump day. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. As you can tell, I didn't get dressed today for this episode. These are not my pajamas.
Well, technically you're dressed. You're just maybe not dressed up. And that's...
There you go. I'm just not.
That's okay.
Because you know me.
It's mainly a podcast. People can't see what we look like anyway, right?
That's right.
So as long as we're sounding good, we don't have to look good.
That's right. There you go. Yeah. Well, you know me, I like clothes and I like looking nice, but sometimes you get in a hurry and you barely make the show, much less have time to get dressed up. I just run a comb through my hair and make sure that I'm decent. I have nothing hanging out of my ears or nose, and I'm good.
Exactly.
So, but this is a Duluth t-shirt. And man, I'm going to tell you something. You see those commercials, and have you ever been to the stores?
I have not, but I do enjoy their commercials. Yes,
their commercials are absolutely awesome. And man, that's some serious clothing. It's heavy. You got to be a real man to wear this stuff. It's heavy stuff. Just so you know. I totally get why they had talk about their dependability and their roughness, for the people that I guess live in the wild. Maybe that's the way to put it. You can see Nina visiting our show. So anyway, it's not like I have a t-shirt on. I have a Duluth t-shirt. There's a plug for Duluth. Where's my royalties? Where's our royalties?
Yeah, start getting some advertising sponsors.
And that's right. And so anyway, here comes Nina again. Oh, she's sitting right by the keyboard. I don't know if there she is.
Yeah.
She's got to be right here with me. Everywhere I go, here's this cat. Oh, speaking of cat, human. How's yours going?
They are doing great. We had our first little incident last night. I thought maybe I was going to need to go to the vet today. One of the cats got a little bit sick, but he seems to have recovered and is back to his normal self this morning. So hopefully it was just a passing, I don't know what, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Man, with cats, you don't know. As you know, wow. Well, I hope everything turns out fine. That's one thing I have a hard time reading is cats, man. They're so mysterious and weird. You don't know, and they eat the craziest things.
Well, there's not a lot he could have gotten into. I don't know if he just gobbled his food too fast last night, or maybe he did find something to get into somewhere. I really have no idea. But so far we're doing good because they're not outside the office door howling just yet. But I expect that at some point. So.
Well, that's good to know. That's the reason why I asked, because you didn't mention a cat. I didn't hear a cat. I didn't see a cat. And I know you have 2 cats at this time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I started making Joe feed them every once in a while. So when I'm not visible, they bother him in the hopes that maybe he'll feed them. But
I totally get that. Well, good move on your part. Hopefully a bond will develop there.
Yeah, that's my strategery. You know, you can't have it fully focused on one person.
I think that's a great approach. All right, guys, with that being said, before we get started, if you will, please share our podcast with our fellow network marketers across the globe. As you know, hashtag TheMLM Solution is a way you can do that. You can also go to our website, a new and improved website, TheMLMsolution.net. Hit the share button. You know, we want to get this information out to our fellow network marketers across the globe so that they can have access to this wonderful information as well. And they can use it to tap into this great business model to do wonderful things for themselves and their family. And that's what it's all about. You can be a part of that positive process simply by taking a few seconds and clicking that share button, or going to other social media platforms and hashtag the MLM Solution, telling people, hey, go check these guys out if you're a part of this industry. We want to say thank you in advance. And also, I was on YouTube a lot. As you guys know, I monitor a lot of that. And guys, I was so impressed. And the website is absolutely crackling. It's unbelievable. We are so humbled. And thank all of you guys. So with that being said, Miss Marie, we got a good show today. And it's an interesting topic that not many people are going to be talking about. And, you know, you and I do that. We say it all the time. We don't use filler material. We talk about sometimes the things that, you know, hey, the topic, because we want to make sure that we're providing true content. And sometimes I sent you some this morning. Did I not?
You did. I saw just the header line. I haven't actually opened that email yet because, like you, I came skating in kind of at the last minute for the show this morning. That's
right. Exactly. Sometimes we don't have, because guys, we got other things going on in our lives, multiple things like everybody in this world today. But the point is, we constantly correspond about what to cover for you guys. And we are really appreciative that you guys enjoy, understand, and obviously want this information. So with that being said, we have an interesting topic today, as I said, because who else would talk about why you want to have great but reasonable expectations for your business and your success in this business model? You know, most people would not even think of that, Miss Marie, but it is a true issue in this industry. You and I talked about it a little bit before. And guys, I can't speak for everybody else. The thing is, when I came in this business, I was very excited. I had a lot of confidence in my abilities. But what I did not account for was dealing with other human beings and life in general, how they were going to have a tremendous impact that would kind of dampen my spirits a little bit, Ms. Marie. It's a humbling experience when you go in with these grandiose ideas that you're going to be able to do this in this time frame, and you're well on your way to this incredible lifestyle and money and fame and all this other stuff. And that was kind of me, Miss Marie. When I came into the industry, you know, roses were dancing in my head, and I was already celebrating. And that might be other people too. I don't know about you, but what's your story?
Well, here's an interesting question for you, Rob. When you came into the business the very first time, your first introduction to network marketing, who introduced it to you? Friend, family member, coworker? Who was it?
Somebody I did not even know. At that particular time, he lived behind me. And he said, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And it being the Amway Opportunity or whatever organization he was with, but he did a wonderful job. That was my introduction. So somebody I didn't even know.
Okay, so it was a neighbor, and he didn't really know you either then.
No.
correct? Okay. Well, and for me, it was a good friend of mine had gotten involved in, and I was the other granddaddy in the field, Shackley, if you recall them.
Oh man, I love Shackley, big time.
Yeah. So very, very similar. Shackley and Amway, they both go way, way back.
Way back.
And I was introduced to it by a friend. So obviously it was somebody who knew me. She was excited about the business. She knew me well, my character, my work ethic, those types of things. And it was kind of this, I'm going to say a sales job, but not that it was a negative thing. But her whole position was, hey, with your skills and abilities, you'll be really good at this. And, talked it up. And it's just like, you can earn all this income really fast. And of course, she learned it from whoever introduced her to the opportunity. And these aren't necessarily big time business building professionals. These are people, just common everyday people. Most people are introduced by friends, family members, neighbors, coworkers, similar, that don't really have a full understanding of the business model. They're just kind of repeating that introductory opportunity pitch that they've been trained to do.
Yeah.
And the impression that most people are given more often than not is that, hey, you can make really good income with hardly any time invested, and you'll make money fast, and you can accomplish this in a short amount of time period. So that's why we're talking today about, the great expectations we have, but, making it a little bit more reasonable from a business standpoint. Right. Because I think a lot of people come in sold on the idea that this is going to be easy, fast money. And after they're involved in it for a couple weeks to a month, maybe two, they become very disillusioned because their expectation level is so high and the reality is somewhat lower.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. And Miss Marie, the one thing that really frustrates you, and guys, we want to let you know that this is a real issue. Look, here's what basically happens to tap into what Miss Marie just introduced. People come in and they're excited, and sometimes they're taught the right things to do. More times than not, they're taught the wrong things to do. So that's working against them from day one, but they don't know it. Okay. And then they see someone that came in basically the same week that they did, and they see them on the website being highlighted with the success they're having. And you're thinking to yourself, I'm working my tail end off, and this person came in the same week I did. They live, no more than 100 miles from here. How in the world are they having this kind of success? Well, there's so many answers to that question. And, we end up beating ourselves up, Miss Marie, because you sit down and you get kind of discouraged. You're saying, well, why is it that is there a magic bullet? Is there something they're doing that I'm not? I'm working my tail end off. I'm contacting people, and I barely got 5 people sponsored. How in the world did they build an organization like that so quickly? Well, that adds to the frustration, and it surely dampens your expectations for yourself and your business, right?
Well, absolutely. And that's one of the things that a lot of network marketing companies do, a lot of sales organizations within the network marketing companies do as well, is they're constantly highlighting those fast starts, those people that are getting off to a fast start and becoming really successful. And they make it sound like, hey, Bob Smith over here started on March 1st, and in 30 days, he's making, $5,000 a month level.
I know it.
He's pin rank advanced 3 times already. And you're looking at it and you started on March 1st and you're like, but how is he doing that? And what they don't do is they don't necessarily tell you the backstory. That Bob Smith was a connection from another network marketing company. Yep. It's somebody coming in that understands the business model, or it's someone coming in who has a larger network of people to draw from in terms of a prospecting and recruiting pool, to bringing people into the business. And also other people who may be, already knowing the business, experienced in the model as well. Coming in. So they don't always tell you those little stories. No, they don't. Because that's kind of the secret sauce, so to speak. They don't want to spoil it. They want to make it sound like, oh, anybody can come in and have this big success. But it is the absolute rare person who comes into a network marketing company for the very first time and takes off quickly, and then is able also to sustain that success.
That's right.
Because we've talked before, we get those flash in the pans. People come in and they get lucky. They hit that diamond in the rough in their recruiting, who just, kind of takes off and helps them build their business quickly, but then they can't sustain that growth.
That's right.
Or that success level, and they kind of end up fizzling out a little later on.
That's right. And man, she nailed some good stuff there, guys. And let's make this even a little more clear and take a little bit deeper look into it, guys. Number one of the biggest reasons that their dropout rate is so high is because, quote unquote, realization, I still didn't say it right, set in. In other words, someone like Maria or myself, after a week, 3 days, whatever, being in the business, we sit down and quieted the night and we say, what in the world have I got myself into? I see so-and-so having this success. I'm working my tail end off. I'm taking time away from the family or whatever it is you're taking time away from. I'm putting myself out there and I'm not getting any results whatsoever. Well, there's so many things wrong with this scenario that you cannot put this kind of pressure on yourself. You just got started. Guys, look, what you have to do is use a proven system. We've talked about enough that you understand that the 5 simple steps to networking success is based on the fundamental principles of the business building process. So we don't need to go through that. So you could use that system and just apply nothing more than your work ethic. And I'm telling you, you're going to start to get results. We tell you exactly the steps you need to take to get your first check. Well, that's success. Okay. And when you come into this business, that should be your first expectation. And let me get my first check. What do I have to do to get my first check? And then teach your other people to get their first check. It's such an important step. Okay. Now, the reason I tell you this, because there's a controlled environment here, and you got to take your eyes and especially your ears off of what you hear about this person down 100 miles down the road. They joined the same week you did, and they're having all this great success. Ignore that. Because if you don't, that's going to be a constant burden on the back of your mind that's going to weigh on you. You may catch that person as Miss Marie. That may be a flash in the pan. The company's definitely going to highlight that because what do they want? They want fast growth. They have quarterly goals. They want to achieve or exceed those quarterly goals. The only way they can do that is to market the success the distributor force is having in an effective manner. And the role of the company is to highlight those people, honor those people, reward those people, and at the same time, continue to come out with quote unquote new or revolutionary products, whatever the case may be, to keep the distributor force excited and motivated and focused. Okay. And a lot of times they have, if Miss Marie and I open up a network marketing company and we have 5 wonderful products, we're not going to bring all 5 out at the same time. We might bring 2. We start to see the growth of the company start to slip a little bit. Then we'll announce, hey, we got another one. We'll release 1 product. Okay. Or we're going into a new country. You do those in stages to sustain the growth of the company. Otherwise, the company is going to be a flash in the pan as well. So there's a controlled growth method that takes place here, okay? And you have to realize you have to do the same thing with your own company. You cannot look. When a network marketing company like Miss Marie and I start, we don't look at Amway and say, oh my gosh, we'll never be that big. We don't look at another company that just started and say, oh my gosh, look at the growth they're having. What are they doing? And we're not doing. We have to focus on what we know we need to do. Ignore everything else because that other company, once again, could burn out too. It's no different as a distributor. You go through the same cycle, the same process as the company does because the company's using the same model, the business model that you're using. You have to realize that. Even though the company's not building an organization itself, it is dependent upon an organization being built. So the process is going to affect the company the same as it does the distributor force. So you have to realize you got to keep your expectations in line and realize, okay, number one, I've never been a part of this industry. I may not be taught the right things to do here. Okay. I may be told things that it may get me off track a little bit. I can't worry about what somebody else is or not doing because I don't know the circumstances of their explosive growth. Did they bring those people from another company? Did the company here help those people? Is that individual a hired gun, a former professional business builder? I don't know anything about this person. I cannot judge my future on their success at this moment. You have to focus on what you can control, which is your mindset and your work ethic, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing to keep in mind too, when it comes to expectations and having reasonable expectations in the business, is we oftentimes forget that you can have a great network marketing company. You can have an excellent product to market. You can even have a system like our 5 simple steps to follow. That's a proven system. But there's always that one variable that you really have no control over whatsoever, and that's the people, right? You're recruiting people, you're prospecting people, you have an idea of, what kind of motivation level they're coming in at, or what kind of success they've had in the corporate world, or even school if they're coming in at somebody young in their early 20s. But there's always that degree of unknown, and the biggest piece of unknown is the people, because you just never know.
No. Well, that's the wild card. And Miss Marie and I were talking before the show, and guys, all you're doing is sifting through people looking for yourself. That's all you're doing. People that share the same passion, the same burn, to have a lifestyle and income that you want. That's all you're doing. You're looking for like-minded people that are willing to work. That's it. You just keep it that simple. You apply the work ethic to the 5 simple steps. And Miss Marie, all you got to do, when you guys this is an important episode, because we're giving you a roadmap to help reduce or to increase your retention rate, meaning that when you sponsor people, you want to keep people around as long as possible. Whether they end up being customers or not is a choice they'll make. But here's the thing. The more people you keep in your business, the healthier your business is going to be. And you got to realize you're going to start out small, but it's the end game. It's 2 years down the road. It's a year down the road. Every scenario is different. And Miss Marie, if you're going to have controlled expectations, here's the thing. Use the 5 simple steps business building system. All right. So it's a done deal. You're using a system that's proven itself over 60 years. Done deal. You don't have to worry about somebody teaching you something that doesn't work. Now you have a proven system. We have a 90-day goal sheet. We tell you to do a 90-day mini blast. We have a roadmap. You put down the 90 goals, and what do we tell you out of that? The most important thing at that time is the 10,000 group volume, because that is a goal that you want to achieve, because that puts you at the doorstep of making a major decision about your future. Do I want to continue on, or is this good enough? Or do I want to quit? That's what that 10,000 mark is for you. We tell you exactly how to make that 10,000 group volume happen. You may reach it, you may get close to it, you may exceed it. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it's a goal. We also tell you in that 90-day goal sheet, how many leaders do you want to have in your business? Okay, how much volume are you going to create yourself? All reasonable expectations. You keep them in check. If you go back and listen to our episodes, we're giving you baseline goals to shoot for in those different categories. We even have examples. If you get the 5 simple steps business building system from us, you become a lifetime member. You have examples in there, and they are used as a guideline. Those examples are from previous experience, saying if you shoot for these numbers, there's a good chance. The reason we can't solidly tell you if you do this, you'll get this, is because you're dealing with, once again, human beings, as she said. Now, the reason I bring all this up is because not only that, we lead you all the way down to getting your first check. Guys, we have a step-by-step process that helps you keep your expectations into check. We give you reasonable goals to shoot for, and those are reasonable goals for your business and your success in your first 90 days. And then you can make a judgment. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, you got to give yourself 6 months. You got to give yourself 9 months. Guys, that's full of crap. And you give this business our 5 simple steps, business building system, an honest effort, and you are committed and you do the right things, you do the CCBBA, at the end of those 90 days, you should be able to make an honest evaluation. And part of that is, I'll close this, Ms. Marie, so you can put your 2 cents, 10 cents, whatever.
Inflation.
But the thing is, guys, at the end of those 90 days, the whole reason we tell you to stick your head up is so that you can do a self-evaluation or have someone else that you trust do it. In other words, did you really give this an honest effort? Did you follow the 5 simple steps? Did you do the following? Did you do the following? If you can at the end of the 90 days, stick your head up and say, man, I gave this 100%. Because look, it's also based on the type of people you talk to. What do we have? The scale of ambition, 1 to 10. You want people 5 and above. So when you do your evaluation, you look back, did I do the scale of ambition? Did I really focus on high quality people, finding them, people like myself? Did I follow all these things? And if you did, and you still fell short, then maybe it's time to reflect. Because Miss Marie, not everybody's for this business, right?
Well, exactly. Like I love to say, I love this business model because it is the best opportunity for the average person to make a better than average income. So this business is structured in such a way that anyone can do it, but not everyone is cut out for this business. That's right. And that's one of the things that our 90-day mini blast will help highlight. By the end of that 90 days, you may look back and say, well, I only had 2 hours a day, weekdays, and maybe an extra 4 hours on the weekend to invest in the business. And it didn't really grow the way I hoped. And, when I had that time available, I wasn't using it as productively as I should have. And if you start to look back and you look at it, it's like, well, why is that? Were you not using your time effectively because you weren't sure what to do, or because you didn't like the tasks that you had to do?
That's right.
So, if you can get yourself to the point where it's like you're enjoying the tasks, I mean, it's kind of like a road trip, right? Everybody thinks it's all about the destination, but you've got to find joy in the journey as you're going, because this is a long road to haul to get to a high level of success, if that's what you're truly after. So you have to enjoy what you're doing to a certain extent. Now, obviously, not every day is rainbows and sunshine, right? I mean, we all have those tasks, no matter what your job is, no matter what kind of business you're in, you don't love 100% of it. But if you're not enjoying the majority of it, at least, maybe it's not for you.
That's right.
Maybe you want to make it work, and maybe you can find a way to make it work. But that's one of the decisions you have to figure out and make at the end of that 90 days.
Yeah.
Is this really going to be how you want to spend your time?
Yeah.
Because there is a large degree, there is a time investment. There is an investment of effort that has to take place. This isn't a sign up and instant millionaire type thing. This is not winning the lottery. This is building a business. And again, that's where we're saying, you have to have reasonable expectations rather than the grandiose ideas that a lot of us are sold coming into the business.
Yes. And there's a reason why they take that approach. They promote the lifestyle and the money and the freedom and everything else, is because that is their product, if you will, to get you to take this business seriously. I mean, who wouldn't want that kind of lifestyle? So anyway, we've talked about that in other episodes. But she nailed it, guys, as she always does. The thing is that you want to make sure that you understand what we're saying to you is that please don't put undue pressure on yourself like we did when we started. We didn't know any better. Now you guys have no excuse, because not only are we bringing this kind of information to you, but we're providing it in a free environment where all you got to do is click a mouse and learn this information. This is one of the most important episodes we could do. The reason is because you want people to stay in your business. If you take this episode seriously and you say, I see what you're saying, I understand. We come in with these grandiose ideas. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to succeed now. In today's microwave environment, that is the way people are. They want success now. They want the results. I want the money. I want the lifestyle now. I don't want to work for it. Well, those people will immediately disqualify themselves. There's other people who say, well, I'm willing to work for it, but only for 90 days. If I don't have the money and lifestyle I want at the end of 90 days, then I quit. Guess what? They disqualify themselves. And this is part of their life. This is part of the process, okay? Remember, 97, 98% of the people are not going to want the lifestyle and the money that you're promoting or that this business can provide. Here's the thing. That's okay. because some of those people are going to stop, as we said before, at $1,000 a month, and they're going to maintain that $1,000 a month, maybe for a year, 2 years, whatever. Okay. They may only develop $500 a month. Believe you me, as a business builder, I'll take all those that you want to give away all day long, because that is the foundation unto which the big shots are built. Understand, in one, I guess we ought to do an episode on this too, Miss Marie, is, we never give people the clear viewpoint of how the business model works. And I'm not going to, and I mean this in a different way. I'm not going to get a lot of detail, but I need to finish this point so people can visualize what I'm saying, because it relates to this subject. Here's what I'm saying, guys. In order to be a big shot, there has to be a lot of small people. And I don't mean small in stature, small in social standing, small in, as far as intelligence. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that a lot of people, we have a thing, Miss Marie and I've done an episode on called The Scale of Life. Here's what it is. People come in with these wonderful expectations, as we talked about today, of themselves and their business and the lifestyle they're going to live. Most people are going to say, I can't fathom that. I can't fathom that kind of money. I can't fathom that kind of lifestyle. That's so foreign to me. I can't even begin to think that. Then there's other people that say, I can dream that. I want that. But they're not really willing to work it. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm setting up a scenario. As you can see with these examples, these people have limits. On the scale of life, you don't know where monetarily they're going to end up. And the scale of life also means the work ethic and the commitment. Okay, it's all of that. If they make $1,000 a month and they say, well, that's all the time I have, to build a business in my daily life, I'm not willing to give up my business, or I'm not willing to give up my job. This is the best I can do. And if $1,000 a month is going to be all I can do in this time frame, I'm willing to accept that. And they stop and they maintain that $1,000 a month. Be happy. Okay, because all of those $1,000 a month people, all those $500 a month people, all those customers, all those $2,000 a month people, and you'll start getting to higher levels of income, the people at 10,000, 11,000. But what happens is, when you go from the customers to the 500 to 1,000 to 5,000, 10,000, the number of people that are doing that gets smaller and smaller until you're down to the 1 or 2 percenters, right, Miss Marine? Mm-hmm. So in order to be part of the 1 or 2 percenters, you got to have a lot of customers and $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Take all of those you can get, because the scale of life is going to determine where they're going to stop, right, Miss Marine?
Yeah, well, and that's, again, how the business builds, and that's what I was talking about before with that people portion being such a variable, right?
That's right.
Because you never know what type of level people are really going to want to achieve or settle out at, whether they're going to be a customer, whether they're going to be a business builder that's just going to be $500, maybe $1,000 a month type of thing. But as you're helping people reach their goals, they're going to help push you toward your goals every single time. And that's really how this business is built. But again, you have that wild card variable of the people. You just never know.
Right. And then my point is that, when you have expectations for your business and your own success and things like that, realize that other people, because yesterday we did an episode on don't drag your people across the finish line. Okay. And that ties in, we try to tie one show into another. That ties in what we're talking about now. You have greater expectations for them than they have for themselves. And you say, oh my gosh, you're so talented. You're a great communicator. You look great. You walk great. You have a presence about you. You're going to be a star in this business. And when they don't pan out, you want to drag them. Oh my gosh, you call them every day. You send them emails. You're trying everything you can to motivate them. I'll work with you. I'll do this. I'll do that. You're basically doing the business for them. You become a slave to their demands and their own expectations. And next thing you know, you're working for them almost like an employee instead of being a leader. And we talked about that yesterday. I'm not going to get into that. But the point is, you don't want to do that. You want to have your own expectations. Let them develop their own expectations and let them end up on the scale of life wherever they're going to be. But understand, in order for you to be successful, you have to have a bunch of customers, a bunch of $500 a month, a bunch of $1,000 a month, a bunch of $50 a month. It's just the way the business works. So you can't have greater expectations for your downline than you have for yourself. You have to set your own goals and go after it and let the chips fall where they may with them. The scale of life will determine. They actually determine it, but they'll end up on the scale of life somewhere. Accept them for what they are. As we did an episode, Miss Marie, on this subject, which Jim Rohn put so well. Don't try to turn a 5 into a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you can't. They have to want it themselves. Okay, now as we bring this to a close, we talked about how we have a step-by-step program. All you got to do is apply the effort and the focus. That's all you got to do. And you can have realistic expectations down on paper, the 90-day goal sheet. That keeps your expectations in check. They're realistic, yet they're achievable. Okay, they're going to stretch you a little bit. They're going to make you work a little bit. And this is not an easy business. Well, it is easy, but it's hard work. And the thing is that you have to realize we have a step-by-step process all laid out for you to help you keep your expectations reasonable. Okay. And Miss Marie, you can raise your expectations to great once you prove to yourself over a 90-day period, I can do this business. I now understand how it works. Because really, Miss Marie, you're at the doorstep of going into a much larger world as far as income, lifestyle, and everything. If you go towards a 10,000 group volume, I'm telling you, that is a major milestone no matter what company you're with. If you look at a comp plan and you look at what it pays you, I'm telling you, you're at the doorstep of the next level. So if you are able to get close to that, meet that, or exceed that, guys, you have proven to yourself beyond a reasonable doubt, I can do this business. I understand how it works. I know what I need to do. I now know what the expectations can be from here on out. And Miss Marie, it all starts with reasonable expectations by getting that first check, showing them how to get that first check, and then working towards that 10,000 group volume, right?
Mm-hmm. That nails it. And you can have great expectations coming into the business, but you have to have a reasonable plan to achieve it, and you have to give yourself a reasonable amount of time to get there.
That's
You're
right.
not going to hit $10,000 a month within 2 weeks of coming into the business. Just
if you do, there's something wrong.
get that out of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. All good things take time, guys, and take effort. Just understand, look, 2 years is a whole lot better than 40. And think about it. If you catch the right company at the right time, that lightning in a bottle, as we say, guys, it could change your life forever. Look, you can make money that you could turn around and invest in gold and silver, real estate, whatever other medium you want to. And guys, you can do amazing things with this business model in 2 years. You could set yourself up and your family. And look, if you get to be that big, you have an impact on other people. Realize, because Miss Marie, we are going to bring this to a close. People say, oh, they're only making $1,000 a month. I feel so sorry for them. They fell so short of what they are, of what they're capable of. But Miss Marie, $1,000 a month can change people's lives. That can have a major impact on people's lives. $500 a month can. Guys, don't underestimate and don't belittle. Accept those people where they stopped and be joyful that you have them. I said it just moments ago. I'll say it again. If I was busy in the business today and you said, Rob, I'm going to give you all the $500 a month and $1,000 a month people I have, I'd gladly take them. I'd be jumping up and down. I'd be planning my next level of income right there on the spot, because that is what makes this business go. So with that said, Miss Marie, I think we're done. I don't think we have anything else to cover. Do you?
No, I think we covered that pretty well.
I agree 100%. Guys, as we said, you guys have been going to our website, and I'm so honored by the numbers. Thank you. As you know, we're always letting you guys know about the wonderful products we bring to you to help you become that focused business building machine that we know you're capable of becoming. And we have brought this up before. Normally $197, guys, for the next 24 hours, only $47, an instant $150 savings. Not only do you get the what not to do in network marketing material, but there's special bonuses in there as well. Guys, 146 paragraphs of real life examples of what to do and what not to do in this business, helping you become that focused business building machine that all of us want to be, capable of achieving amazing things. in a relatively short period of time. You get 146 audio files that not only take those paragraphs where they are when you read them, but raises the insight and the knowledge that you'll gain from that insight to another level with those real life audio files, real life examples, and many training videos that'll go right along with that. All you got to do is go to the website. You'll see what not to do in network marketing. Once again, normally $197 for the next 24 hours, only $47. That is a lifetime membership, meaning that whenever we add anything to this in the members area, it's always free to you. You do not spend another red cent. All right, Miss Marie, enough of that. Also, guys, real quick, don't forget to go and register. I know you guys have been doing it. I've seen them. You guys have been registering for the lead site. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have a chance to become a beta tester. Just fill out the form. There is nothing there you're not going to be sold to. We're not going to pull any shenanigans on you. You fill out the form. It does nothing more than put you on the beta testers potential list is the best way to put it, because we may only need 100 people to test it. And if you're number 200, we may never get to you, but you never know. And the only way you can become a beta tester is by getting on the list. You're going to get a free ebook at the same time. I need leads now. All right, Miss Marie, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I'm excited about our topic for tomorrow.
Yes. Let me bring it up real quick. Tomorrow's show. Thank you for bringing that up. One step at a time, which goes right along with the 2 previous episodes we've done this week. There's 3 now. 3. So you want to make sure that you don't miss tomorrow's. We're going to talk about one step at a time. What one step at a time are we talking about? Well, we're going to go into that tomorrow. You don't want to miss that episode. Once again, join us 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always, on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. All right, Miss Marie, I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Looking forward to it.
All right, me too.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.